Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is your psychic cat who will today talk to you about spiritual cleansing. How to cleanse your home spiritually and how to protect and how to bless. Now, since I have been receiving so many questions about this and I have been visiting so many clients for doing these kind of ceremonies, I decided to share this video with you guys, so hopefully it can be enough for many of you who can do it by yourself. So I'm going to be a little bit more specific in this video, but also very simple, to show you the basic ingredients, the herbs that you're going to need, and how to cleanse and how to bless your home. Many people are asking if sage, white sage is enough. And I can tell you that no, it's not always enough with sage, because normally we're using sage for banishing and removing the negativity. That means it's not always enough for also protecting and blessing. So we're using sage at the first step. So let's say you're going to start with burning some sage. Before you're going to start to cleanse your home, this is my advice to all my clients, and I'm also going to inform this here. Before you're going to start this, you have to be focused on your task. You have to be ready for this and really put intention into it. So if you have, for example, people who are coming to your place, or you have someone you're waiting for, please do this in a correct time that you can be relaxed, you can be focused, and no one is disturbing you or distracting you. And I do not recommend that you have children in your home when you're doing spiritual cleansing. First of all, it's not good for them to burning so many herbs and so many smokes, but also it's not always good to have children around when you cleansing. So before you start, you disconnect your phones and everything that can be distracted you. Then you start to lighting your sage. And by lighting, I don't mean like you lighting a little bit here and walking around and say something like go away, because that is actually so many people doing this. You need to light your sage very heavy. So the smoke of sage needs to be very heavy, thick and heavy. So you have to get some kind of plate or something under it so it doesn't fall down when you walk around, so it can be a risk for a fire. So let's say you're going to start with each room. You have to walk counterclockwise because we need to remove, we need to banish. So we're walking counterclockwise from each corner to corner, and we're going to use a banishing prayer, a banishing chant. Now, what is a banishing chant? It is a prayer that we're using for banishing those energies we don't want to have. So a simple chant that I have been talking about so many times, it's very easy to remember, but also very effective. You can use a chant like this. You're walking around and you have this in your hand, it's burning very heavy. And you're saying, by the power of the smoke, air, fire, and earth, I cleanse and bless this home and earth. I drive away all harm and fear, only goodness may enter here. And then you can say, by the power of all that is good, I banish away all negativity. There is no place for any evil to stay around. Be gone, stay gone. Then you go into next room, saying the same, walking around, next room again. Each room, each corner needs to be filled with the smoke of sage. Even your bathroom and your toilet and closet, every single room. So when you have done this, you need to open all the windows, and you need to show, somehow with your hands moving out the smoke of sage out. You're saying, get out, stay out, you're not welcome to stay here, all negativity, all evil, be gone and stay gone. And you're doing this by opening all the windows, all the doors, and releasing the smoke of sage out. And the reason why we do this, that we're releasing actually the smoke out, is simply because the smoke of sage can trap the energies, and they can actually trap their negative energies. So it happened actually so many times that most of them will disappear and hide themselves when you start to light the sage. But many times you need to actually show them the way out and use some kind of feather or whatever you're using as a symbol, as a gesture, just show the way out, get out. and you opening all the windows and let it be open for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes you can close all the windows, all the doors. Now it's time for your protection. When we protect our home with herbs, we can use herbs such as rosemary. This is actually rosemary. We can use herbs such as anise. We can also use bay leaves. Now there are other different herbs as well, such as hyssop, such as basil, but normally these should be enough. You can also use sea salt, but that is something you can use afterwards when you're done. So when you're burning smoke of herbs for protection, you can use a holder like this. So I'm going to show you. It's very simple. You pour the herb in and you light with matches or fire under, and let it really be on fire so you can see the smoke getting heavy. And then you start to walking again counterclockwise, because you're going to protect. So walking counterclockwise and saying a protection shot. It actually doesn't matter which way to walk, because some people are getting confused and they totally forget about the whole task. So it doesn't matter which way to walk when you're going to protect. Just walk each corner and protect your home by the power of this herb. And you can use protection shots, protecting some prayers. You can say, for example, by the power of all that is good and holy, I protect my home against all evil. I protect my home against all negativity. By the power of my Holy Father, my Holy Spirit, my angels, my ancestors, my guardians, my guides, I protect this place. May this home, may this place always be protected. May my family, myself, and all these walls will always be protected. Remove all evil and protect this home. In the name of all that is holy, so let it be. So when you have done this protection and you fill all the rooms with these kind of herbs, rosemary, anise, but for bay leaves, I do not recommend to burn them, because it's going to take many bay leaves to burn. You can use 3 bay leaves for each corner of your home, for each corner of your room, and place 3 bay leaves, at least 3. You can use 5, you can use 3, you can use 7, you can use 9. Bless it with your intention, say a prayer over it, and place bay leaves in each corner of each room. And they will be actually a very effective protection. So when you burn it, you can burn rosemary and anise. If you want to use bay leaves, you don't burn them, you just place the leaves in each corner and say a prayer over them. Now when you have done this, you don't need to open all the windows and doors again, because we do not release the smoke of herbs that are for protection. We need to keep them inside in order to be effective. So when you have done that, it's time for blessing. Now, as many of you already know, I am a Persian witch, so I am very traditional in my craft, and I use very old herbs such as Esfand. Esfand is a very old Persian incense actually. We're using this for removing the evil eye. We're using for protecting against the evil eye. So Esfand is a very powerful incense, very powerful herb to use. You bless your home with herb Esfand. You protect it, and you can actually remove the evil eye from it. And it's very great for children specifically. We always bless our children with Esfand. And you need to do it in a certain way. I have actually talked about this in my website. If you visit my shop, you will find all these herbs there. You can actually order different kind of sages, and you can order all these herbs as well. And there you can find exactly how to burn Esfand and what to say. But let's say you're going to burn Esfand, you need to have a kind of holder that's going to be closed like this. And the reason is because Esfand is going to be popping as popcorn, and you need to have something over it so it's not going to be over the entire place. And each sound of the popping sound is for protection, is for blessing. So when you say a prayer for blessing with Esfand, normally we're using a very old Persian chant that we use for Esfand, but if I tell you something simple as I bless my child, I bless my home, I bless myself with the power of this Esfand. May all that is evil be gone. May all those people who want to harm us be gone. And by the power of all, so mote it be something very simple. And Esfand is not something that so many people use because it's not available everywhere. So I am one of them who have this actually available in Sweden. Now, you can also use Palo woods, Santo Palo. This is the holy wood, and you can use it for blessing as well, because this is for purifying a blessing, and that's perfectly fine if you're using Santo Palo instead of Esfand. And it is up to you, you can choose one of them. But normally I prefer one of these two for blessing the home with. But also another herb that is very powerful and very ancient herb actually is basil. Our basil is very effective for blessing. Basil has so many beautiful properties. You can use basil for blessing, you can use it for drawing wealth, money, prosperity. You can use it for keeping the peace in your home. You can use it for protection. Basil is also one of the herbs you can use for bless your home. And you can use it by burning, or you can use it in the same way as the bay leaves. Place the leaves in each corner for the blessing. Now, when you have done your blessing and you are done with everything, you need to keep your home protected, so no negativity will come back. And the simple way to keep your home protected is by using sea salt, pure actually sea salt in all the entry. So let's say all the windows, corners, hang over the entry of your home, and always say a prayer, say a chant over it before you use it. Always give your herbs some kind of intention, give them a purpose for why you're using them, and focus on your task. So for protection, you can using sea salt to always keep your home protected, and you also need to know that there is another way to keep evil gone from your place or remove it. Let's say you don't have any kind of sage, you have none of these herbs at home, and you need to remove that negative energy. Something you can actually do is with black pepper. Black pepper along with sea salt is going to be perfectly fine for removing evil. So you mix them with your hands, you put your intention into it, and you're walking around and you pour black pepper and sea salt around your place, corners, just sprinkle around your home, because that will be removing the evil as well. And you can say a prayer for banishing. So this was my advice, and you can also use incense such as pure house incense once in a while or daily basis if you want to. All these are available in my shop if you want to know how to find them. So I always say to my clients and my viewers that you don't need to be a paranormal investigator, you don't need to be a witch, you don't need to be a psychic in order to protect your home, because spirits and entities do actually follow people around, and they can actually follow someone home without any reason actually, and they can follow you without you know it. And you can also move to a place that has some kind of negative presence since before. It can be someone who have died there, it can be something that have been happening there. So it doesn't matter who you are, you can be affected anyway, and you can actually be a target. So always have in mind that you can protect your home, you can cleanse your home once in a while. Now this is something that I recommend for everyone to use at least once in 2 months or once in 3 months. But if you are into them paranormal, if you are kind of a spiritual person and you communicating with spirits at home, then you definitely need to do this more often. So let's say once in a week is fine to do. Now I hope my advice can be useful for those of you who have been asking about this, and I do this video because many of my clients want to know what kind of herbs to use and how to use them, and this is a very simple method to use. And please understand that if you have a negative presence in your home and you want to cleanse your home, there is nothing dangerous. You know, so many people getting afraid. They're asking me to come over and do this for them because they don't want to do this themselves. You don't need to be afraid. This is for a good cause. This is for a great thing to do. The only thing you need to do is to not be distracted. And if your smoke alarm going off, just ignore it and continue with what you're doing, because they can actually distract you sometimes. So you get interrupted and you don't continue. No matter what happens, do what you started to do and focus and end it correctly. And if you need my help or if you want to know anything more about this, you are welcome to visit my website at psychicreading.se. You can also visit my official Facebook page and you'll find me there at Psychic Cats. There, many of my followers and clients send me questions, and I do send my advices live so people can read and watch my videos. My best wishes to you all, and love and light.